Like so many Nexus Pro owners, I started here. It was a revelation compared to the frustration of Nerf blasters that were much more expensive but couldn't even fire reliably, let alone hit a target consistently.
The Nerf Elite Dart. Are they accurate? Not at all. You can only count on one thing when you shoot a Nerf Elite Dart. It's not going to go where you're pointing it. It's going to go somewhere around there.
Then articles and videos started appearing about accurized blasters that could hit Coke cans consistently at 50 feet and human targets at 100 feet. I was hooked on the idea of being able to consistently hit my kids in the legs from distance without the drama of the occasional accidental face shot. Also, I often found myself in a one-against-many battle.
Whoa!
Me versus 10 of the neighborhood kids, some with flywheel blasters. So being able to make each shot count is a priority. It's here where I fell down the rabbit hole. The more attention I paid to the consistency of the blaster, the more I realized how many times I'd lined up a great shot, only to have a dart randomly fly off to the side.
Dead on all morning.
How about that little fella?
Oh, that little guy. I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
When cocking the blaster, sometimes you notice the darts can fall out the front because the barrel fit is so loose to the dart. I get it. The designers made the barrel oversized so you could shoot all manner of bent and new darts, waffle heads, and tapered shoulders. I wasn't the first to notice this, as the brass barrel mod intends to solve this problem. What no one talks about is that this comes with its own host of issues. For starters, this magnifies the problems associated with inconsistent dart sizes, and I'm talking about within a single batch of Dart Zone Pro half-lengths. No longer could the modified setup's 100 feet per second end cap push half the darts out of the end of the barrel. Friction was too high. So I put the stock spring cap back on, and now 4 out of 5 came out consistently, but that's still 20% duds. So then I put in a spring spacer that's supposed to be good up to 175 feet per second. Now only 1/8 dribble out the end of the barrel, but those other 7 come out screaming. I could plink a can at 20 feet without a scar barrel, which is much better than the Stark barrel. But the extra velocity can't be hidden. I even put a giant scar barrel back in to slow it down. No luck. What wasn't clear to me now is that those blasters are great for taking shots at 75 feet or plinking cans, but you aren't doing neighborhood battles with something like this. I think the issue comes from the difference between what is considered nominal and the dart's practical diameter. The brass barrel is very consistently 12.7 millimeters, but the dart's practical diameter is larger, to the point that you need a lot of spring force to overcome the friction. The stock barrel lets 10 out of 10 darts slide right out. You can use it like a pocket blowgun with a trivial amount of lung force. This is 13.3 millimeters of diameter. Possible to blow out with your lungs, even after lubing the barrel with Teflon. There's just too much friction here if you want the blaster that can reliably shoot accurately with a 100 foot per second muzzle velocity, which I think is the upper limit for fights with kids. Also, the end of the brass is sharp because the walls are so thin, and I can see this getting bent from a drop due to how thin the walls of the tube are. So, what's a good compromise between darts sliding right out of the barrel and needing a high spring force? I say 13.0 millimeters, which is just what this tube has. 13.0 millimeter ID and a 16 millimeter OD, so it should fit in the stock breech just like it was made for it. The darts easily fit, but not so loose as to let them slide out the end. The darts are snug enough that you can't see light around them when you shine a light up the barrel, yet you can easily blow them out, and they fly out with a satisfying pop. The moment I blow gunned a dart across the garage with enough force to knock a can over, and without straining myself, I knew I was onto something. So this takes a bit more effort than wrapping vinyl tape. The advantage is that it won't come unraveled with use, like every other tape connection I've seen. This means that the barrel won't be pulled out of the gun as easily, and it will hold pressure far longer than a conventional mod. It's also reversible, which epoxy isn't.